Hey guys, I just want to make a video talking about this guitar. This is a very special guitar to me. I've been playing guitar ever since I was 12, and believe it or not, this is my first guitar, and I didn't get it till I was about 20. So basically what happened was, when I was 8, I learned how to play piano, and I liked piano fine enough, but I never really liked any piano music. I only liked playing like sad, pretty songs on piano. I didn't like blues or jazz or, well, I didn't really know much about jazz at the time, but, you know, blues, gospel, classical. I wasn't really into piano music. And later I discovered like rock and like punk rock music, and I was really into that. And so I wanted to learn guitar. Like, I could have just asked my dad, like, hey, can you give me guitar lessons? He easily could have shown me. But I felt like between me and my siblings, I felt like we were all assigned instruments, and like I was assigned to the piano. That's my instrument. And so for some reason I felt like I wasn't allowed to learn guitar. I don't know why I thought that, but so I remember going on these camping trips, these church camping trips, like father-son kind of thing, and I'd sit around the campfire with other boys with a guitar, and I'd get them to try to show me all these chords, but then the next day I would forget where my hands go, and I just didn't make much progress. But one day my cousin showed me how to play power chord, which you can play pretty much anywhere, and it's kind of a foundational chord for playing rock music. So I had this power chord. It was an easy shape for me to remember, and I could use it anywhere. And I would try playing these rock songs that I had heard, like AC/DC and Sum 41 and that kind of stuff, but I didn't actually own any of that music. So every time I'd show my cousin, I would always play it wrong, and he'd say, nope, you're playing it wrong. That's not how it goes. And I just got so annoyed with him telling me that I was playing wrong. I just wanted to play guitar, so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to make up my own songs so that he can't tell me that I'm playing guitar wrong. And for the first, like, 3 years of guitar playing, if I wanted to play guitar, I had to make up something to play. So yeah, so I just took that bar chord and I would just experiment with different positions and just kind of take note of the different kinds of sounds you can make. And it was the perfect thing because you could play anywhere, and it was the perfect tool for me to just experiment and try playing different ways, like picking instead of strumming and that kind of thing. And I wrote quite a few songs, and just over the years I would meet other guitarists and gradually pick up other techniques and just sort of build up a vocabulary of what I could play on guitar. Now I've got 3 brothers, and 2 of them play guitar. My dad plays guitar, and I believe all of them had acoustic guitars at the time, so I never really needed a guitar. I always had something to play. So I always had an acoustic guitar at home to play, but I remember there was an electric guitar at our church, and so it was always exciting for me to write something, like to write a rock song on the acoustic guitar, and I was always so excited to get to church because afterwards I could go play my rock song on the electric guitar and hear how it sounded through the distortion, and it was always so satisfying. So that was a really kind of fun experience, but that's how I played guitar, and I was pretty satisfied with what I had access to, so I never really needed my own guitar. And even later, when I started actually purchasing my own music, you know, purchasing rock music and metal, starting to get into that, and making other friends, I had a lot of peers or friends who just, I always had access to a guitar. And there was always an electric guitar that I was allowed to use. And so I just never really had a need for one. I never really asked for one. That's how I played guitar for a long time. I got pretty good. It was my favorite instrument. I do remember getting into my later teen years. That's when I was starting to think more about having my own guitar and actually thinking, what kind of guitar would I want? And there were some electric guitars I was kind of eyeballing. And I remember I wanted a blue guitar. And I don't know what you call this texture. You can kind of see on this guitar. It's sort of this liquidy kind of effect almost. I wanted a blue guitar like that because I thought it looked like water, and I thought that was really cool. And then I had a friend who went out and got the very guitar that I wanted. He got a blue guitar, and he's like, man, I just thought it looked like water. And I was like, come on. I was like, that's why I wanted that guitar. And so I had to go with something else. But I remember taking a trip to Guitar Center one day, and there's this room called the Vault in the Guitar Center that I go to. And it's just like the soundproof room with all these guitar amps and a few guitars in there. And I walked in there, and on the back wall with the spotlight pointing down on it was this guitar. And I just thought, man, that is a beautiful guitar. That is such a cool looking instrument. I loved, I don't know, it reminded me of like Crusaders or like Knights or something, because it's got these like crucifixes on it and just kind of the royal red color, and it's a very like noble looking guitar, I guess. I don't know how you, but I just thought it looked really cool, and I was like, I guess if I were ever to get a guitar, that would be the one. And then after I graduated, about 19 or 20, that's when the economy wasn't doing so good, and my dad's business had a bit of a falling out, and we actually lost our home, and that was really hard because I grew up there my whole life, and it was just this perfect home. I loved it, and it was really hard to move away from that place, and we my family moved in with my dad's mom, and I moved in with my sister and her husband, and we lived like that for a while. Shortly after that, my birthday popped up. I remember celebrating the birthday with my family. We got together, and I got this card, and I remember I opened it up, and just all this cash fell out. And I was so confused, like, why is there this much money in this birthday card? But there's this note on the back that said, Dear Quincy, your dad and I are so thankful for you. We miss having you with us all the time, but know God is using this time to grow each of us, and this is his plan for you. We thank God daily for you, your talents, and the great person you are. We also thank him for helping you gain control of your seizures. I was dealing with some epilepsy at the time, and that was kind of another story, but we're trusting you'll have a healthy, happy year ahead. We hope you have an awesome birthday eve with us, and enjoy your day in Richmond shopping for your much-deserved guitar with your dad. We love you. Love and prayers, Mom and Dad. And it was just really hard because we weren't doing so great financially, and just for them to put out that much money, you know, it had to be $500 or $600, and just to get me a guitar. And it's like, I don't need a guitar, but you know, they're such giving parents. And so the next day, yeah, my actual birthday, Dad took me out and we went to Richmond. I knew which guitar I wanted, and this was the one I picked. And it's kind of funny because I love the look of this guitar, but the official name of this guitar is the Schecter Hellraiser Solo 6. And we weren't too keen on the name Hellraiser. You know, it didn't really match my personality. Not really cool about it. So it's kind of funny because it used to say Hellraiser on the little it's the truss rod cover. It used to say Hellraiser, and we took like some nail polish and erased that off. I tried to buy another cover with like a cross on it, but it didn't quite fit, so I ended up giving it to a friend of mine. Got this guitar when I was 20. I'm 27 now, and I love it. I mean, it's a beautiful guitar, but even more than being beautiful, it plays great, feels good, sounds good. And, you know, this is such an important guitar to me. You know, I'm never going to sell it. I'll always kind of keep it and treasure it. I may get other guitars someday, especially since I'm interested in recording and songwriting there, and eventually gigging and stuff. I may need other guitars for other occasions, but this is a very sentimental one that I'll always be holding on to. Only modification that I may make to a guitar like this, I still have the stock pickups, and they're pretty good, but I might eventually swap them out for something even better. But yeah, it's just, it's a beautiful guitar. I love it. I'm so thankful for this guitar, and so thankful for my parents who were willing to help me out in getting one. And yeah, my first guitar. Not sure what the next one will be. I still plan to get a blue guitar sometime, and I think I'd like to get a green one too. That'd be really cool. But anyway, just thought I'd share that story with you guys. Let me know what kind of guitar you're playing, and if you have any interesting stories behind it in the comment section below. Until next time.